So one of the themes for this segment is around continuing to improve your ability to sense yourselves through this kind of bunch of senses that we call kinesthetic. But also we've been including the visual senses as well, sometimes in your imagination of what your own skeleton might look like, and sometimes in paying attention to looking at other people, watching for patterns and so forth. And the reason we're doing that is because we're preparing you not only to be better, more complete human beings, but to be awareness through movement teachers and Feldenkrais practitioners. So we're moving you towards that stage where you'll start teaching each other awareness through movement lessons. And in order to do that, you will probably need to talk to people and encourage them to volunteer their time and come and lie down with you while you ask them to do all kinds of strange and curious movements in unfamiliar positions. So one of the things that we've talked about as being important in this work is being able to talk about the work in ways that make sense to the person that you're having a conversation with. So we know that it's always easier to give other people advice than to figure out what to do ourselves. So today we're going to start a little game called Let's Help Sue. Now, not our Sue. She's fine. You'd like Edward out of the way. This is my friend Seaus2Melbseg3d3c All right, now she's into everything, as you can see. She's, you know, a little way down the track further than you, but not very far. But she's thinking about starting up some classes. Okay, now one of the things that we'll begin to encourage her to think about is, well, for what purpose are you going to do these classes? Interesting question. A lot of people just start a class. So what kind of intentions might she have? What do you think would be possible intentions behind organising a bunch of people, organising a space? What outcome might she want? She wants to make other people feel better? Yep. Yeah, there's probably a bit of that. What else? So she wants to help them do things that are important to them better. Can we have the box, please? Yes, what else? Make loads of money. That could be one of them. Yep. What else? She's got it really early in the piece. That's good. What else? Learn how to do it. Absolutely. What else? Supplementary income. Okay.
Has something she really, really wants to share.
Something she wants to share. Yeah, sure. Okay, so there's lots of different reasons that might contribute. A bit less volume on the box, please, Narayan. A bit less volume on the box. Lots of different things. So if we ask her, this is a typical answer of a Feldenkrais practitioner or a student. We all want all of those good things. We want to help people, we want to learn, we want to make a bit of money, but we want everything. So what should we advise Sue? We could, but the first thing is to say no. You can't do them all at once. You need to think of things one at a time. Okay? Clear intention is going to lead to clear action. So Stephanie made the comment, I think, yesterday, when you know what you're doing, you can do what you want. We need to have one intention at a time and plan for that. You might have several intentions that you plan for separately and then weave them together, but let's just begin by choosing one. Yep.
Oh.
You want to say something?
Oh.
Choose one. Choose one.
Actually, this one wasn't mentioned. Well, it's like learn to do it, but also get it known about. Even before you get known yourself, spread the word. About, it's a way of spreading the word about Feldy is by making it available.
That's really important.
Meeting people who might come to your classes.
Whoops, sorry. That previous one said describe the kind of people you want to work with. Okay, so we're going to ask her who is your ideal client? Who do you want to work with? We might ask her, how many of those people do you want? Now, interestingly, I haven't anticipated her answer on this, because can you guess what she would have said? All of them, yeah. And she might say that later, but let's just press on for the minute. We're going to encourage her to think about how old are they? Is gender significant? Does she want to particularly work with men or women or boys or girls? What kind of interests do they have? What do they have in common that starts to give a focus or a shared language? What do they actually want to get out of this? Do they come from a particular socioeconomic group? Will that influence how we need to set up or how we work with them? Where do they get information? Where do they find out about things? So what channels of communication might she be able to use to talk to these people? Is geographic location important? Now, if you're doing something where you want people in the same room as you, then yes, it is. Some of us have been playing with a model where it's not. We've been doing the ATM of the air, and that brings its own challenges and benefits, but it's another option. And then, is there anything else that these people have that's significant? So, here we go. Okay, again, this is a typical kind of response from many of my colleagues, our colleagues. Yes, we will be happy with having people come through the door. There's no doubt about that. But if we haven't sort of thought through who's the message for, this is not you, Sue, this is a different Sue. Okay. Yep. Okay, so helping her to get clear on who is she actually talking to is going to be helpful. So Sue has decided that she would like to work with seniors. Okay? Some of us feel like that some days. This particular group of seniors still enjoys their garden and would like to be able to continue to get outside and get down and dirty. They value their independence, their capacity to still be able to look after themselves and get where they want to go and do what they want to do. Oh, they've actually got some disposable income. There are a few of those around. She reads a magazine called 50 Plus. Now, maybe there are other things she reads, or maybe there are other modes of communication that she participates in. She lives in a retirement village. In retirement villages, there are other similar people, and often there's, what do you call it, a community room or a space that, that they can do things in together. The client, and also she likes going to film club, which means she wants to be able to sit on a chair for a couple of hours and stay comfortable. Okay, so if we can fill in the picture of the kind of the typical sort of person that she's looking for to work with, or to build a class around, then do you have the sense that maybe that's going to be easier to formulate a communication or to make contact or to offer things that will land in a way that gets a positive response? Excellent. So today I'm going to invite you to form into small groups, to think about some examples of the types of areas of commonality, and then to answer these 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 questions on behalf of Sue or somebody who might be beginning to set up a group for awareness through movement. So I've suggested that some choices might be rehab, people who work in offices, people with mental health concerns, martial artists, children, people in pain, people who dance, people with special needs, sports people, meditators, seniors, and singers. So your task is to grab one of those and see if you can find at least 2 or 3 other people who would like to work with you around that particular interest group. If you find you're the only person hanging on to one of those bits of thing, maybe you would be willing to find somebody else who likewise is looking a bit lonesome, because it's always easier to work together. Off you go.